Who am I and who are you? The ultimate questions for who we are as whole beings experiencing on this earth in this human journey. And to find the answers to these questions, we are going to be sitting down and exploring the minds for the wisdom and knowledge of the layers that make up our beings. From the mind, to the emotions, to the body, and to the astral with the light body. We will be exploring these different multi-dimensional aspects of who we are as the I Am presence in this world on earth, in the human experience. We'll get to have fun, cracking smiles, and diving deep into the knowledge with different psychics, intuitives, shamans, coaches, teachers, practitioners, and many more different beautiful conscious souls of the everyday life to gather the information we need in order to unravel these layers and become more aware and present in ourself as the whole I Am presence that we are. And I'm very grateful for this and really look forward to the journey. So thank you all for tapping in and being a part of this. And I am your host, Marcus, aka Christolight, and I will be on this journey with you from the beginning to the end as we travel through the process of clearing layers.
The sun is outside, so you know I got my level strong. Never home, but positive vibes, what I'm forever on. It's shit I grew up doing that I left alone. So I'm hydrated, I've been on an alkaline diet. Yes, I have. Would you change if you knew that they was lying? Yes, I will. Do you follow religion or follow science? Let me know. I know they're the reason we dying. That's why I'm hydrated, I've been on an alkaline diet. Yes, I have. Would you change if you knew that they was lying? Yes, I will. Do you follow religion or follow science? Let me know. I know they're the reason we dying. That's why. I know you ain't paying attention to that medi. Nope. That's that medicine that doctor got you on heavy. Yep. Your mood edgy. Take the meatballs off your spaghetti. Rest in peace to Dr. Sebi.
Grand rising, grand day, brothers and sisters of planet Earth. How are we all? I trust that we are exactly where we need to be and vibrating energetically as the divine beings that we are in this moment. Welcome everybody to another Sunday Instagram Live here on IGTV for the process of clearing layers. And I am your sacred host, Marcus, aka Christolight. This Sunday, on our live edition of episode 6 of the process of clearing layers, our authentic soul guest is a divine sister who has embarked upon the raw vegan journey. She has been raw vegan for a little bit of time now, and before she began being raw vegan, she completed a 108-day juice fast. And within that 108-day juice fast, she also had an extensive focus on 2 weeks of cleansing and releasing out of her system mucoid plaque. And yes, you may be curious on what mucoid plaque is, why it would be important to cleanse it out of our system, and what also being raw vegan and going on a juice fast can really do to benefit the mind, the body, the emotions, and spiritual energy of our being. So today, here on the process of clearing layers, our authentic soul guest for episode 6, Cassandra Rawstar, is going to be joining us to share her story, to share the ins and outs of her journey through the 108-day juice fast, as well as the mucoid plaque release and her raw vegan path as well. So today you'll be able to ask any questions, as all Process of Clearing Layers episodes are live Q&As, and you can drop your questions down below in the little question bubble right next to the comments throughout this live session, and we will get to them and answer them to the best of our abilities for you. So along with being able to ask questions about raw veganism, about juicing, and what these things can do for our beings, and why we may want to embark upon the journey of that, you'll be able to get the insight and the wisdom of the type of things that she was eating and how she successfully went through an 108-day juice fast. And along with that, you may get some insight into some really cool recipes and some other really nice things about raw veganism to pick up on. So, I am your host, Marcus, aka Christolight, and here in just a moment, we'll be joined by our divine sister, our special authentic soul guest for this episode, Cassandra Rawstar. Blessings, grand day.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep,
Okay.
You're all good.
Okay, great. How's it going?
I am wonderful, thank you. And how are you?
Very well, thanks.
It's really good to see you, and I'm glad you made it. I know there was a little ups and downs if you were to make it or not, and I'm really happy to say that you are our 6th episode special guest for the process of clearing layers, and you're going to be the first to talk about raw veganism, juicing, and really anything to do with alkaline foods and what it can do for our being. So it's an honor to have you to be able to share this wisdom and knowledge for the collective. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I am absolutely blessed to share this experience and just share this topic with the world because it is so important.
I agree, Ashe. And so throughout the live, I went ahead and let everybody know that's in the comments that they can drop their questions down into that little question mark bubble by the comments, and then I'll pull them up and get to the questions when I feel necessary, and I'll pull out their questions for you so you can answer it for them, and they'll be able to get some live answers from you.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Sweet. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and jump in. So Cassandra, so where are you from?
I am from the state of Massachusetts in a small town called Lowell. I'm from Lowell, Massachusetts. Been here my entire life. I'm actually sitting in my van right now. I'm going to be building out a van to travel the country this year. So that's my plans.
Wonderful. So you're in Massachusetts, and have you been out there for a long time?
My whole life, my family's from Boston, and my mom ended up moving out to this little town on the side named Lowell. And I've been here my whole life, practically. I'm 30 years old today, so been here for 30 years.
Today. Today's your birthday?
No.
Oh, okay. You said today. I was like, oh, wow, how
Sorry.
special.
No, my birthday's in July.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah, thank you for joining us today. And I'm actually from Ohio, so that's not too far away. And yeah, it's just really fun to connect with people around the world and have you guys all come on to share your stories and any knowledge and wisdom for the collective. It's really special thing, I feel like, for us to be able to network and interweave each other through these online services that we have. And you know, a lot of people kind of like to bash technology, but you know, if we're being real though, if it wasn't for technology, we wouldn't be doing half the things that we're expanding and growing upon together as a collective. So I'm really grateful for technology and these platforms so we can broadcast and share these things for the collective.
I 100% agree with you. I see a lot of people bash technology, but if it wasn't for technology, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that we're able to do in this generation. And it's really important to connect with people all over the world because me personally, I transferred to a raw vegan lifestyle, but in my general area, there's McDonald's on every corner. There's like all these crazy toxic air things all around me. And I wouldn't be able to connect with like-minded people as much if it wasn't for social media platforms and these types of networking. So very grateful.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree.
Actually, I wouldn't
Thank you for
have found this path if it wasn't for social media. So who knows where I would be in life, you know?
exactly.
Cheers! I got my juice.
Cheers. I got my shungite water.
Ooh, oh, you got the water. Nice.
Yeah, just make sure everybody out there, you're hydrating today. You always want to stay hydrated. Make sure you got clean water. Keep that vessel hydrated so your organs and your brain, your neurons can function properly throughout the day. It's really vital. But so Cassandra, let's dive into your path a little bit and about you. Let's go back a little bit in time. And when did your self-awareness and spiritual journey begin for you? Not just regarding foods and diet, but overall consciousness.
I would say it started off with a relationship. Back in my early 20s, I started to spiritually awake. It was one of the most worst relationships I've ever been through. and it woke me up a lot. And it was mainly his mother. She opened me up to like the chakras and angels and stuff like that, and it really resonated with me. I was never a religious person. My family was never religious, but like we were born in Catholic backgrounds or whatnot. But that was mainly where my spiritual awakening came about, and it was just something that I grasped onto and decided to learn about and be on that path. It was something that I had to choose to do from there on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so I know you've embarked upon, the juicing and the diets. Now, do you meditate? Are you practicing any energy healing practices?
I do meditate. Meditation is so important to keep my mind settled and not go a little crazy with my life right now and like working and stuff. But I'm not really too deep into practicing anything specifically. I pretty much just continue this lifestyle today. And that's pretty much my practice. And it's a huge part of our lives because we need to eat throughout the day and we need to digest and all of that. And it's really a huge part of life. And a lot of people don't do that, or they're not conscious about it. They just kind of eat whatever. Like I was raised on meat. I was raised on processed food. I was raised on horrible things. So doing this, what we think is so small and simple, it's really a huge part of our lives.
Agreed.
Yoga, and I practice meditation when I can, but as of right now I focus on this and it takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah, it's definitely a meditation in itself, being connected and truly rooted to nature and the organics that it produces for us when it comes to the medical value of what we consume through organic products of nature. And so when did you begin becoming aware, and like what was your life like leading up to wanting to make a change for your diet?
Well, like I mentioned, I was raised on heavy amounts of gluten and meats. And I don't know what it was, but something called me. Like I saw one of those videos of the animals one time and I couldn't ignore that. It was something that stuck in my head. I kept following it. I was like, okay, I have to see a little more. And this was back in my early 20s too. And my family was like, oh, like, it's fine, that's just what happens, like, that's normal, And I'm like, that's not normal. There's something completely wrong with this, of how we're treating animals. Like, this isn't okay. And that's when I decided, I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't ignore that. And I still ate meat for a little bit after that, but then I started making slight changes with my diet on cooked food, like eating vegan or vegetarian, trying to get off dairy. And dairy was really hard to get off of. Hey everybody, thanks for popping in. But yeah.
So what did you do to be able to transition off of dairy, since it was so hard to get off of?
Well, it took a long time. It really did. I first got meat out of my diet, and meat wasn't so hard. Like, my grandmother's from Italy, so like she used to eat off the trees and she used to eat a lot of plants, so it's kind of like in my blood and background. But that wasn't the hard part. It was mainly the dairy and the eggs and stuff, and that really took a long time. So it just took practice after a while for me to stop, and it took me to do my juice fast actually to fully get off of dairy. and any animal products. I had to do a juice cleanse to clean out. So practically, if your gut is formed a certain way over time and you have bacteria in there that has animal products or just gluten or whatever, any types of food that you've been eating over the years, that's going to stay in your gut, and your gut's going to want to feed that. Your gut wants to be fed those things. So that's the hard part. So I had to clean that out in order for me to just be like, I'm done finally. Like, I don't have cravings. If I do have cravings, it's more of an emotional imbalancement. It's more of like trauma healing that I need to do, and that involves with this as well. It's not just diet, it's not just gut cleansing or transferring food, it's an emotional, spiritual, mental detox as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Because I know for a lot of us out there that are trying to make a change for our diet, you know, it can be difficult to get away from dairy and get away from, you know, red meats and other things that we're so used to consuming daily. And I know from watching a documentary on Netflix called What the Health, pretty good documentary. They go in depth and they teach you about how dairy actually triggers some of the same chemical releases in the body as heroin does. And that's how addictive cheese really is to the being. And you know, it's no coincidence that it is super hard for people to want to give up and walk away from using cheese and dairy.
Absolutely. I mean, I was a cheese fanatic when I was a kid. And not only is it have to do with the body, but like I said, if you're raised on a certain diet, it's going to be very hard to get off, because that's how you're programmed, that's how you were brought up. And having to undo that is a challenge, and some people don't think that they can do it. They don't believe in it. They don't believe in their strengths. And yeah, it's horrible. And the thing about dairy too, it's so inflammatory to your body that it's just, there's no health benefit to it. It does more harm than good anyways. Like today, I've been off dairy for almost a year now, since I've been a raw vegan. And if I ate dairy, I'm gonna get sick because I haven't had it in so long. I completely cleaned that out of my body. My body does not want that. It tells me, you don't need this. Like, you're not gonna benefit from that, and I have to listen to it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So for those of you out there that aren't aware of my my diet and where I'm at now.
Here.
Yeah, so back in 2014, I'd say, 2014, I started really becoming more conscious about life. And, you know, I started taking plant medicines, and I started hanging out with Reiki practitioners and yoga teachers and, you know, just the spiritual-minded people. And through them, I started really becoming more aware of conscious living. And whether it was, you know, chakras, meditation, yoga, breath work, and things like that, it all comes hand in hand. It's all one system, basically. And it's really like, what system are you aligning yourself to? Are you aligning yourself to the conscious organic system, or are you aligning yourself to the artificial inorganic system? And there's a major difference between the way you live your life when you align yourself with either one. But during that period in 2014, I started venturing into wanting to just really clean out my diet, clean out the things I was consuming. So I started out with removing dense red meats and went vegetarian. So I was still consuming dairy, but we were going for, like, you know, organic dairy and stuff like that. And the meats I was eating, if I did eat meat, was venison and bison meat, or fish and chicken. So it's a little bit lighter, just taking a step away from the red meats and the heavy processed meats. Then from there, a little bit over time, just started taking things one by one. And I did in the beginning, and for a while, use the processed plant-based meat substitutes, but
Yeah.
it was really more of a stepping stone for me. Now that I look back at it with where I am now, it was like a stepping stone to get off of using meat and then making it plant-based. And then from there, I was also substituting the dairy with plant-based milks. So like almond milk, cashew milk, oat milk, things like that. And up until about maybe like a year ago or so, not even a year ago, I was still doing the processed plant-based meat substitutes. But then I had recently let them go. And now I'm at the point where it's pretty much either raw vegan or I have some slightly cooked vegan meals, like a stir fry with veggies. I might eat some like udon noodles or some quinoa, things like that. But that's like as far as I go now with being processed. And that's where I'm at now, fully plant-based, try to stay organic with everything, and I go light with the processed things. And if I do go process, it's really just things like quinoa, stir fries, udon noodles, and things like that. I don't do pasta. I did actually buy some red lentil pasta to try that out, and it's pretty good. Felt really good in my system. It's definitely not something I'll have all the time, but it's definitely a better step than eating regular grain and whole grain pasta. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Great. I'm glad
Yeah, it's been amazing.
made yourself, and like you mentioned, it's definitely a process. It's something to work toward, especially if you're, like I said, raised a certain way, or you're just been eating meats or whatever. You have to like ease into it, and I think that's what those processed vegan meats are for. They're so you can get off of meat. It's just like a mental thing. It just helps you mentally get over eating meat. It's not it's not a healthy thing to eat.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely not the best thing that you can consume, but it's definitely a good step to step away from actual meat, and then just be patient with it. You know, that's one thing I really want to emphasize for everybody out there, is being patient with yourself and being patient with the process, because you're going through a lot of layers of reprogramming, rewiring yourself. You're also retraining your body. You're cleansing many different layers and densities that are stored within your body that cause cravings and attachments and other things. And yeah, there's just a lot to it. And patience is really key. And so Cassandra, would you mind telling us about what this juice fast was like? You did a 108-day juice fast.
Yep.
And you did this before becoming raw vegan, correct?
Yeah, so the point of the juice fast is to clear out your gut, clear out any impacted waste, clean out mucoid plaque, pretty much everything that keeps you connected to bad food that you used to eat. Like, it gets stored into your intestinal lining and just kind of sits there. It doesn't move until you give it a break, because we were programmed to eat certain ways that are so unhealthy for us, and we eat constantly throughout the day, especially things that are so denatured and so hard to process. It sits in your body, and that's why people develop so many health issues, so many diseases because of this. It's literally as simple as cleaning out your gut. So I did 108 days on juice, just juice. Wow. And I released all impacted waste and mucoid plaque during that process. And I'm not saying you would have to do 100 days. I just decided to do that because I really wanted to do a good job on my cleanse. And I'm glad that I did. It was very hard, very, very hard. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it's not. But I was so determined to heal, because I was going through a lot with food. Like, I didn't know what to eat. I was eating cooked vegan. I was eating that processed stuff. I loved pasta and bread and all those horrible things, but I didn't like how it made me feel. It made me feel so crappy at the end of the day. And I was like, I knew that I had to change something. And I came across this man. His name is Shane Sterling. If you ever want to check him out, he's on Facebook, he's on YouTube. He's the person that helped me transition to raw vegan, and he came up with his own protocol. He came up with his own everything, like studying years. He's a 50-year-old man and is literally changing people's lives. Like, I'm so happy and so grateful to have met him and found him during that time that I was struggling internally. It was just like, it was a divine connection right there. Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And 108 days on a juice fast. Yeah, that's definitely not easy. That's a lot of discipline and a lot of breakthroughs too. I know for me, like, I'll do a couple days of doing like a water fast every once in a while. And wow, the discipline and breakthrough that you go through is incredible. And sometimes, you know, you have those moments with the ego where you're like, oh, I can't do this. I'm going to fail. I feel like I'm going to die. You know, I'm going to die.
So hard on my
And one thing I got to say is remember your breath. The breath is very powerful. And if you start getting into those moments where you're feeling scattered and you're feeling like it may be too much, the breath is really handy. When you start focusing on that breath and you have a seat and just continue to channel with the breathing, the breath will feed your body. It will give you the chi it needs to activate within yourself. And yeah, it does a lot of wonders, not only for your physical body, but emotionally and spiritually. You know, for those of you that are psychic and very intuitive, cleansing yourself out like that will allow your intuitive abilities to come through even more clear, more sharp and instant, and it'll enhance your psychic abilities. I know for me, my third eye, whenever I do a cleanse, it is beaming, like super activated. And the downloads I get and the mental clarity of what I need to do and how to flow with my energy comes through very sharp.
Yep. When you're clearing yourself out, like even on a juice fast or just fasting in general, and you're giving yourself that, you're pretty much releasing blockages throughout your system and making it easier to manifest, easier to intuitively be in touch with your psyche. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So before we venture further along, what was the experiences like during the fast? You know, like, what type of breakthroughs did you have? What hard moments did you have? What really uplifting and like euphoric type of moments did you have, if you care to share?
Well, I would say having the releases was the euphoria. Releasing the mucoid plaque was very euphoric. I felt high, like absolutely high. And throughout the time, it was like I had to change my mindset because I was so hard on myself. I was like, oh my God, I'm not drinking this fast enough. Oh my God, I'm not drinking enough. Oh my God, I'm not doing this. And it was like so difficult the first few weeks, but I saw the result coming out. And that was it. But I do want to mention it is a process to do something like that, but also the process afterwards. I've been off the juice fast since August, and that on its own is a whole nother transformation, because I'm going through a lot of trauma releasing. I'm facing a lot of things that I didn't want to face from my childhood and my traumas and my emotional state. The juice fast was more physical, but this is like, it's physical too, but it goes in so much deeper, and it's a really extended thing. You don't just do a juice fast and go raw vegan and it's over and you're good. Like, no, like this is a whole another form of reprogramming, readjusting your whole life. And it could take years. It could take many, many months to do that.
Wonderful insight. Thank you for sharing that, especially at the end. You don't really hear that much when people are sharing their diets and stuff like that, about how it really is like a total reprogramming of your system. And yeah, I can absolutely see that. And so what was your body like, going through this process? And did you notice that you were able to feel a lot lighter in the intestines, that you were sleeping better and things like that?
Well, I lost 20 pounds in the end, so that goes to show what I had stored in there. And as I mentioned, every release I had was just a better feeling, and going through the juicing process was hard, but the after result was always great. I never had really sleeping problems or anything. I used to have this skin problem, and I started developing scabs and stuff, and I didn't know what it was from. I used to go to skin doctors. I tried to figure it out. That completely went away when I did my juice fast. It just was gone. I stopped feeling so heavy, and I felt lighter just all around from doing it. It was incredible.
Now, would you say that the skin issue was because of toxins being released from what was stored inside of you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's no doubt, like, I used to have huge digestive issues growing up as a kid. I had really bad problems with digestions, and even now, like constipation, not now, but before my juice fast, I used to have really bad digestive problems. That's all gone too. Like, my transit time's a lot better. You should be digesting right after you eat,
Yeah.
And I mean, when you're all clogged up, your body's going to react in so many ways, through your skin, through just everything.
And did you find that your moods and emotions were more stable and more centered and easier to be uplifted throughout the process since you were cleansing yourself out?
It was a lot easier to stay in high vibrations. That was like the easy part. I'm always able to keep myself at a higher level. As I did mention, my emotional state was much more intense because I was cleaning out so much, and because of past traumas that I didn't know were there, like in the subconscious, and I'm actually facing that now. That's still something that I'm going through. So it's a long process. It's not something that you go through right away and you're good. It's like, okay, I have like all these years ahead of me where I'm going to be continuously detoxing layers.
Wow. That's right. Process of clearing layers, huh?
Yes. Perfect.
And wow. Thank you for your journey and embarking upon this. Not only are you shifting and changing your own self, but you're actually clearing generational trauma, and you're also helping clear and uplift the collective conscious as well. So you're doing some great things, and you're creating a ripple that you may not be able to see, but it's definitely happening. And yeah, absolutely. So we have 2 questions from the conscious viewers we have here today. And thank you all beautiful souls for being here. First question is from Wayne, believer in higher power. Are you aware of Helicobacter virus? It develops in our gut from inflammation, cheese, dairy, meats.
I have never heard of this virus, but it doesn't surprise me because we are continuously being bombarded with all these things and sicknesses around us, and it's literally as simple as the inflammation in your gut. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
And
products like that stuff. We should not be consuming animals at all.
and so from your knowledge, what exactly does inflammation do to the body?
There's a list of symptoms that is inflammatory, like for instance, swelling in your hands or swelling in your face from too much sodium or just too much gluten, constipation, digestive problems, not being able to go to the bathroom, hair loss, skin drying, skin, acne, any types of skin problems is considered inflammatory symptoms. I mean, it can go like any direction, like pretty much anything, any bad symptom that you have in your diet.
Isn't inflammation basically like the number one causer of disease throughout the being?
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, it is as simple as the problems in your gut, and that's definitely has to do with inflammation.
Yeah.
And that's like main cause of all disease is diet and an inflamed gut.
Yeah, because if you guys think about it, like inflammation's like, it's swelling up and basically blocking up different avenues of your being. So like if your blood can't flow places, if your cells can't properly move in the way they need to move, then yeah, you're gonna have disorder and disease throughout your being, because those things that are needing to be fluid and be connected clearly are getting blocked up. Like that's going to create issues where it's going to cause stress and anxiety and all these other things that our cells and our beings that are living and make up our organism are not going to be able to properly function. And yeah, that's a wonderful question. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you, Cassandra. The second question is, Energy Soul Child, what physical effects did your body go through during the juice fast?
I'm gonna be honest, I was actually really lucky because I didn't have horrible symptoms throughout my juice fast like some people did. What some people go through is like sick or cold flu symptoms, headaches, dizziness. I used to suffer with anxiety, panic attacks too, but I didn't really suffer with anything terrible throughout the juice fast besides needing to go to the bathroom all the time, and peeing all the time. But honestly, it wasn't a hard process for me. I wasn't an overweight person. I didn't have a lot of health issues or anything, so I caught that before I could have exceeded to something bad. But some people, they do a juice fast at really bad conditions and they have to face really harsh symptoms, and it's very scary. But I was blessed. I didn't have to really go through too much, luckily. That's
really good that you were able to do that before allowing yourself to get to the extreme of your health. And that's kind of how I am too. We're definitely kind of similar in that way. I tend to kind of like intuitively pick up and also just have the knowledge. And when I come across knowledge, I kind of look at it and I see like, and this is another thing too, along with all that, is just paying attention to my surroundings and seeing from experience what other people go through. And it's like, see all these people, see family members and friends going through all this suffering and all this disease throughout their being because of their diet, the things that they watch, all the frequencies that they consume. And for me, like right there, that is my biggest study. That is my biggest life lesson is to pay attention to the way that these people are living because of these things. So for me, it's like putting simple math together, like 2 + 2 = 4. Okay, these people are consuming these things, and then I find out the knowledge about what these things do to the body. It's like, okay, you put those 2 pieces together, that's really what's going on. So how can I not put myself in that situation? How can I not feel that way? Because I don't want to suffer like that. I don't want to feel that way. So for me, just like having the knowledge and then watching, experiencing those around me, putting that together was really enough for me to be like, okay, I'm going to do the things that I need to make sure my health is well, and that I'm not going to be going through a lot of suffering by my own actions and what I do.
Yeah, it's very hard to see people around us going through what they're going through. And sometimes I think, I'm like, how did we become so blessed to pull ourselves out of that, but they're still struggling? Like, how are they ever going to get out of that? Is it just something that they choose to do? Is it something, I don't know. It's really hard. It's hard to see.
Yeah. And there's a lot of conditioning, a lot of programming, and a lot of other things that I don't even want to speak on right now because it's just not the space for it. But there's a lot of things going on in this world, let's just say that. And let's just keep our hearts open and hold space for our brothers and sisters out there to make way into a healthier well-being and more conscious awareness of their self. So I'm sure everybody may be curious, what exactly is mucoid plaque?
So mucoid plaque is formed by mucus-forming food, which is pretty much all cooked food. And what mucoid plaque is pretty much over time, when you continuously eat mucus-forming food on a day-to-day basis, it's the body's intestinal lining protecting itself. It's the way that the body's intestinal lining protects itself from mucus-forming food and creates this lining of mucoid plaque around the intestinal lining. It's crazy because the body is trying to defend itself from mucus-forming food by creating this lining from the mucus-forming food. It's it's so crazy. And then it literally sits there and creates diseases because it can't get out. It's so deep in the intestines. We have colonoscopies, we have colon cleanses, all this stuff. It's not in the colon, it's way deeper up there, where you have to like give your gut a break. Like, don't even feed solids for a long period of time. Push it out, loosen it up with juices. And I saw one of the comments here, it says something about a celery juice fast, I'm assuming. Now, one of the juices that we did on our juice fast was called the lemon ginger blast. It's a mix of herbs, vegetables, and fruits put together to help loosen that up. And that was one of the most powerful drinks I've ever had in my life. I still drink it to this day because it's just so good and so cleansing. I'd recommend looking it up. I'll probably be posting a lot of stuff on my Instagram of recipes and stuff, but lemon ginger is like one of the most powerful drinks to help loosen up anything you got in your gut that's just sitting in there.
Yeah. Ginger is so amazing. And yeah, lemon too. Putting those together. Pineapple, ginger, and cucumber is what Energy Soul Child drinks for colon health. Yeah, pineapple is amazing with antioxidants.
The lemon ginger blast is celery, cucumber, apples, cilantro, parsley, lemon ginger, and then you can also add I always add pineapple to my lemon ginger.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So good.
Please do post that. That would be incredible. Or if you want to send it to me, I can like create a little visual for it, and I'll put it in at the end of the episode.
I wanted to do that. Talking about, I wanted to add some stuff to that. Yeah, I'll add the lemon ginger blast to the end of the video for sure.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I can
another nice nice thing to add to that juice is a hot pepper. If you like spice, a little bit of jalapeno in there. Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Oh yeah, turmeric. Turmeric's always good to put in your smoothies too.
Turmeric, yeah, absolutely. I actually forget that's supposed to be part of it as well. I haven't used it in a while.
I like cinnamon too. Putting cinnamon in some of them. There's a lot of good stuff out there, guys. There's a lot of good stuff. And this is another thing, you know. A lot of us may feel like or think that we're like putting ourselves in like a little box, or that we are limiting ourselves upon things that we can eat and drink when it comes to being vegan or raw vegan. And it's definitely not the case. There is so much out there by being plant-based. And then not to mention the different ways you can mix and match the different things together. It's really unlimited. And it's amazing what you'll find. You know, you'll also find that for people that are still in like the cooking stages of being vegan, you can even make a lot of your favorite things, but with plants instead. And it's amazing. You'll find that it actually has a little bit better taste, a little bit better energy to it. And yeah, I highly recommend just giving it a try, maybe for like a week or something. Just going plant-based for a week and see how it feels. And then from there, if you're interested in cleansing yourself, you know, try doing a juice cleanse. And I'm sure you can reach out to our divine sister here, and she may give you some recipes and give you any knowledge that you can need.
Yeah, so one of the things I want to do after doing this juice fast is to create my own juice fasting, going raw vegan program so I can help others also transition to this, because this is something I think every person should do. Everybody should do this.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, if you get that going, and I wouldn't even mind helping you out, you know, just like doing some lives. We can do lives together where you can promote it and talk more in depth about the stuff and the content within it. Yeah, just let me know. I'll definitely help you out.
Thank you. Yes, I will. And if you guys want to stay connected with me, please add me, follow me. Eventually be growing within this as well, and hopefully sharing it with you, being able to help others with it as well. Message me if you have any questions, if you want to, if this intrigues you or it's something that you think you might want to do, let me know, because I know exactly what you need to do.
Thank you. And my next question for you is, what all do you know about gut health, and what could you share when it comes to the knowledge of the gut?
I honestly believe that there's so much to learn about the gut. I personally haven't done enough studies yet, but what I do know is the gut is like a baby. It is your sacral energy. It's your reproductive energy. And literally anything you put in there is going to affect your life. It's going to affect everything. All of the other energy centers in your body. It's that sensitive. So please be careful with it. Treat it like it's a baby and heal it, because it's so important for your everyday function. That's pretty much what I have to say about that.
I agree. And you know, we have a lot of different chemicals that give us our living energy, so to say. And when those chemicals get either depleted or blocked up, you know, it becomes very hard to have, you know, emotions. It becomes very hard to feel things, to have a desire to like live and do different things when we block it up. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but I've heard that in the colon, if the colon is really like never cleansed out, it actually becomes very difficult for the body to absorb nutrients. Yeah. Is that true?
Yes, actually, that is something else that's important. So if you got mucoid plaque or impacted waste in your gut, but also the colon, which are very connected, you can't absorb the nutrients. So say you're a cooked food eater or you're a meat eater and you transition to raw food, you may have a very hard time with that transition because your body's not going to be able to absorb nutrients as it should. And sometimes people think that it's the raw food that's the problem, or that it's the plants that are the problem because of that. And it's very mixed information. So yes, that's a very good point. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. And we got another question. Energy Soul Child, did you ever take any prebiotics and probiotics?
No, you don't. I don't really need to. But one of the things that I did during the juice fast was I took added enzymes to help break down the waste. So that was something that I did. But it was made from all plants. It was like dehydrated plants for added enzymes, and they were like these little capsules or powders that you add into it to help work it even more. As a probiotics and such, that's something that I could get into in the future when you're refeeding and stuff and you want like your gut to run properly. That's something that you should probably do, but during the cleanse that wasn't something that I needed to do. It's a very natural thing to do this way.
Yeah. Now, so for people out there that are maybe like open and curious on, you know, making a transition, would you recommend that they don't just jump right into becoming a vegan or raw vegan, but maybe cleansing first and then transitioning into being vegan and raw vegan?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because like you just said, the absorption of the gut is going to be more difficult. It's going to be a longer process to detox. Now, some of the point of eating, and this should be the point of eating in general, is to neutralize the body. And if you have stuff stored in there, you want to clear that out first before transitioning. And a lot of people, I see this a lot, is sometimes they don't think that they can do a juice fast and they're like, oh, I'm just going to ease into it. I'm going to start eating raw. That's fine, do that. But you may have a hard time with that because you're going to end up falling backwards back to your old ways because of what's in your gut. And it's very important to clean that out first and then reset the whole gut microbiome with raw food. It's way more powerful. It's way more sufficient. You get all your nutrients. You get everything you need that way. It's a difficult process, but it's much easier in the long run, if that makes sense. Like, it's harder to try to go the easy way out, but it's easier in the long run to do it the difficult way.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's just like holistic living as a whole. When it comes to holistic healing, you know, it's more effective and more efficient for you in the long run to receive energy healing practices and take upon herbs and plant-based diets instead of being on pharmaceuticals, going to see a doctor all the time, and putting band-aids after band-aid after band-aid on top of everything that we have and go through. It's better to go to the root cause of it. It's better to eliminate in a holistic manner, so it's no longer present in your system any longer, rather than putting a band-aid on it. And yeah, it's no coincidence. It's the same type of way when it comes to, you know, pharmaceuticals and healing practices and things like that. There was something that you just mentioned in that last thing that you just said. What was it again? What was that last thing you just said?
I don't remember. About the
Oh man. Yeah, there was something you said that stuck out to me. I was going to ask you about it. Let's see.
Well, you asked me about if I would recommend to do a juice fast before transitioning. Does it have to do with that?
Yeah, and then you said something after. And what was it? Uh-oh.
Transitioning.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Your gut microbiome. What is that?
The gut microbiome is literally the intestinal lining, like your gut bacteria, what you have in your gut.
Okay.
It's like a whole it's like a whole entity of its own.
And what's the key, or like what is what you want to accomplish with that?
Well, I mean, I think it is natural to have good and bad bacteria in there, but one of the things you want to have is living enzyme foods to neutralize your system, to run through your digestions clearer and faster and better than if you were to eat denatured cooked food, because that is harder to digest. It's not natural for your system. It's mainly the digestions, like what process are you putting through your digestive system, rather than, you know, what you're putting in your stomach. It's like the whole process of digesting is a long process, and it's very important. It's what gives you the energy.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad I remembered that, because I'm sure a lot of people were curious.
Yeah, I'm still learning too. I don't really have all the answers either, but I'll get there.
Research shows that the gut microbiome affects a lot of how we experience our daily lives. Emotions, weight, brain functioning, even our food choices. But how does it work? The gut microbiome is a collection of trillions of microbes, or microscopic organisms. These microbes, like bacteria and fungi, live in your digestive tract, mostly in your large intestine. Digestion is just your body taking raw materials, food, and turning it into something it can use.
Nice crust.
Digestion makes glucose, which runs your brain and muscles. It also enables your body's messengers, like hormones and neurotransmitters. Your digestive system is a factory for turning food into fuel, and your microbes are its workers. And what you get out of it depends a lot on the quality of what you put into it. Gut microbes have their own genes, which affect the way your human genes act. There are about 20 to 25,000 different human genes that make up your body. Sounds like a lot. But there are millions of different microbe genes inside of you that influence how your human genes act. In some studies, the microbiomes of healthy mice were transplanted into stressed mice. The stressed mice then showed fewer anxiety symptoms. Fruit flies with particular bacterial species in their microbiomes ate more protein. When researchers changed the flies' microbiomes, the flies ate more sugar. In one study, researchers found that many elite athletes have a group of bacteria that helps break down lactate and could help performance and recovery. When these bacteria were transplanted into mice, the mice's treadmill performance increased. And this is all great news, because you can't change your genes, but you can change your microbiome for the better. And one of the quickest ways to do that is through food. There are immeasurable other factors that influence your gut microbiome: where you live, sleep, exercise, stress. But what your body makes and what kind of microbes your gut has depend a lot on the food you eat. You can change your microbiome and potentially your daily experiences and long-term health through food.
Hey, and that's okay, because we're all in this together, and we're all learning and remembering who we are together. You know, that's the process. And yeah, thank you for, you know, coming on here to share what you do have for us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be connected and to grow in this field and be able to assist better as I go, because it's going to be the rest of my life process of learning shedding layers, detoxing, clearing, and cleansing throughout my life. It's just begun.
Well, humbly said. And, I'm really grateful to meet. And, you have my support and any knowledge and services that I can provide to help you along the way.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me.
Absolutely. So we have another question by Wayne. And his question is, would it be helpful to have an appointment such as a naturopath for advice on transitioning to go raw vegan?
I don't know what that is.
A naturopath?
Is that
What
like...
is a naturopath? I'm gonna look it up.
Thank you.
They are educated and trained in accredited naturopathic medical colleges. They diagnose, prevent, and treat acute and chronic illness.
It depends. Like, it's really hard to trust a lot of the doctors out there. We don't know. Like, when you go to a doctor and you're like, oh, there's something wrong with my stomach. Like, you think it's your stomach, but it's really your gut. And they're not going to help you. They're not going to, give you the answers that you need. You have to heal yourself, kind of, in a way. So if those types of doctors are people that are into real holistic healing, then yes.
So there definitely can be naturopaths that could be reliable, but it definitely wouldn't be all of them. You'd have to be really selective on that.
Okay.
Now, what you can do is you can look up gut health experts. There are specific experts that specialize specifically on gut health. So I feel like that might be a better avenue than doing a naturopath. And just like Energy Soul Child was saying, even a nutritionist might be a little bit better as well. But there are gut health experts out there, and you can find some of them here on Instagram, actually. And I'm sure if you Googled some, you could find some as well. Just explore, and don't be too quick to believe everything that you hear. Really tap in and feel within yourself, if something really resonates for you, and don't be afraid to continue to explore. You may find someone that could have some knowledge for you, but allow yourself to still be open and continue exploring the different minds out there, because we're all different and authentic when it comes to our being, and we may find someone that may resonate more for us than the other person that we just spoke with.
Somebody just commented, the gut microbiome is an ecosystem of bacteria and funguses that have a symbiotic relationship with what you consume. Every bacteria has a particular odor, for example, years after eating no dairy. Awesome.
Thank you. Walk the earth and see. Thank you, brother. Joshua O.
Everything that you eat and put into your stomach is going to go through your intestines, and that's your gut. And the microbiome is like the stuff, the bacteria and funguses, like you mentioned, that develops from what you eat.
Yeah. Appreciate that, brother, man. So Cassandra, how long have you been raw vegan now?
So I did my juice fast in May of last year, and that was 100 something days. So I think that was from May to August. So I've been eating raw vegan since then, since August, up to now.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So I'll ask a few questions. It's going to be the same question, but for different aspects. So first question is, what is one thing that has noticeably shifted for you mentally in this transition?
Mentally, that's a hard question to answer.
Do you feel like you may have like more clarity,
Oh,
maybe like more easier cognitive functioning, any of that type of stuff?
absolutely. I mean, I have to change my whole mentality altogether to do this. And as I mentioned, the world that I am surrounded by isn't doing this. So it's definitely a transition on its own with mentality and needing to fix my mentality on my own. But yes, a lot more clarity, a lot more energy, a lot more energy.
Yeah. A lot more vital energy.
Yes.
Okay. And so next question is, what is one noticeable difference to this transition for your physical well-being that you would like to share for the collective?
Well, my skin feels much clearer. I feel a lot more lighter. And I was always a small person, but like I'm kind of thinner in a healthy way. I eventually want to build muscle so that I can have some muscle on my arms, because my arms weakened from the juice fast, not eating for so long. But physically, I feel incredible. My skin is great. It's tight and clear all the time. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Incredible. Now, next question. What is one noticeable transition for yourself emotionally?
The hardest question. So I'll be honest, when I went raw vegan after my juice fast, emotions hit me way harder. I wasn't able to cover them up. I wasn't able to go towards comfort food to cover up emotions anymore. I had to face them. I was kind of lashing out at first. I was crying, screaming, like so many things were coming to the surface. And I'm still learning how to face that. I'm still learning how to cope and in a mature way handle my emotions from trauma. Because when you eat crap, you're stuffing down your problems. It's literally like drugs. So I'm being to face everything to the surface. I cannot hide it. I cannot cover it. I can enjoy a nice raw vegan meal, but at the end of the day, I'm still forced to face everything. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, that shows me that not only does it give you more clarity emotionally, because we ideally want to feel everything. That's actually like a power of ours. And the more high vibrational we are, the more we can sense and feel. And yeah, when you are given the gift of being able to feel and sense even more, you then have more self-empowerment to then, be an alchemist and be able to shift the energy that you're feeling and transmute it into light or transmute it into power. And if you're not capable of doing that and it's blocked up within you, then, you're not as empowered. You're not able to release the dark energy or the negative energy that is blocking you up. So it's really amazing. And it's a power in itself, and it shows you that it's medicine if it's bringing out all these stored layers to be faced for releasing and letting go of, and clearing out the system to become lighter, not just lighter physically, but lighter vibrationally. And that's the key right there, is vibrationally lighter.
Yeah,
Now, would you say that? What's that?
so deep. And I just want to mention, it isn't just diet. Like, this is a much deeper cleanse than your body. It goes so deeper than that. Spiritual, mental, emotional, all of it.
Yeah. And would you say that it's also deepened your connection spiritually with your higher self and just the conscious self-awareness that you were already embarking upon?
Absolutely. And I feel like as I've grown into my spiritual awakening, it was already there. But now that I'm doing this with my lifestyle, it's much more clearer, it's much more stronger, and I'm way easier to manifest the things that I desire. Like, I finally got this van that I wanted to get for years, like the last 3 years or so. I've been wanting to manifest a van life, and once I did this juice fast and did the detox, it was like weird timing, but I ended up just doing it. Like, there was no fears, there were no limits in my mind that I couldn't do something that I wanted to do. And it's very powerful.
Yeah, not to go too deep into the metaphysics behind that, but this is stuff I really specialize in and love to teach people, is the energetics and metaphysics of our being and how our electromagnetic field works for us and what it does. And I teach the chakras. I specialize in chakra empowerment. And the more we have these different avenues of energy activated throughout our being, which we call our chi, through the different meridians, which are all over our body, and then the larger meridians are called chakras. The more clear that they are, the more that they are functioning, the more our body is in homeostasis, which is the inner natural healing that was built into the human body. So whenever all these energy points are active and flowing throughout the being, you actually have to be less body conscious. And if you're conscious of who we are as multidimensional beings, you learn and remember that we are more than the body. The body is actually one of the most dense parts of our being. And the less body conscious we can be, the more we are able to be in our light body, the more we are able to be in our higher consciousness. And then we don't have to focus on the body so much because it's in homeostasis, healing and regenerating itself, functioning properly, digesting properly, and going through all these different things. We are able to then manifest more. We're able to travel into higher planes more. We're able to bring in our dreams, attract more into our life, because we are more lighter in our mind. And the mind is also not who we are. It's just a part of who we are as well. We're more than the mind. The mind is what gives us our traveling ability to travel consciously. So if the mind can be not occupied on the body because the body is occupied on the body, then the mind is able to travel more and it's more free. The more free the mind is, the more we're able to manifest and to draw in light codes and downloads from our higher self or other dimensions into this physical reality. And basically, to sum this all up with manifestation and the law of attraction is everything that we attract comes from our electromagnetic field that radiates from us. So if that stream of energy that's flowing outwards and back in is blocked up and it's like, not going correctly, not all the way going out, then it's going to make the manifestation process seem impossible. But it's not impossible, it's actually just blocked up. So it makes it extremely slow. And it also keeps us susceptible to diseases, cancers, and attracting lower dimensional entities into our space. And that's just a whole nother topic. But the more clear that is, then that energy starts flowing correctly as one natural stream, fluidly circulating through the chakras and the energy points and outwards through the aura, then we are able to attract naturally, without effort, what we desire from our higher self into our reality. And that's the key right there, is keeping ourselves clear and keeping our energy fluid, so then it can be a natural harmonic process to be who we are.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was incredible.
Absolutely. Thank you for holding the space and drawing us to that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, if any of you guys out there are interested in learning more about that, you guys can contact me. I do teach about it. I do offer workshops like chakra empowerment, trauma healing, intuitive life guidance, all that good stuff. So just reach out if you have questions. And if you guys are interested in transitioning into, doing juice fasting, becoming raw vegan, definitely reach out and follow our sister Cassandra here, as she lives by the name Rawstar. She is doing the thing and she's dedicated to it. So feel free to reach out and ask her questions and show her some support along the way.
Yes, please do. Thanks for the new followers. Glad to be connected. As I continue this journey, I will be growing and sharing so much more along the way. So I look forward to it.
Same, me too. I'm really glad that we have connected. And you are a part of my sacred and conscious community of this world. So we'll definitely all be continuing to interweave with each other, get to know each other more, and help each other expand and grow into our true self. So is there anything at all that you haven't shared yet that you would like to share regarding either gut health, juicing, the cleansing process, or being raw vegan for the collective?
I just want to say, if you are called to something and you want to make a change in your life and you want to do something that's going to transform you to your higher self, to your highest calling, do it. Do it. There are no limits. There is nothing stopping you. There is no blockages there. You just got to do it. And just believe that you are being supported and you are being guided in that direction regardless.
Ashe. Thank you, sister. I greatly appreciate your words, and I appreciate your path and who you are as a being. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Love you too. And much love to everybody out there that has tapped in for this Process of Clearing Layers episode 6, Consciously Raw Vegan, with our authentic soul guest, Cassandra Rawstar. And like I said, if you guys have any questions regarding juice fasting, raw veganism, feel free to reach out to our sister, Cassandra_Rawstar, here on Instagram. She's also on Facebook. What's your Facebook name for everybody?
Cassandra Christ Consciousness is my Facebook.
All right. And then do you have a YouTube, or is there anything else that people can find you on?
Not a YouTube yet, but it will be developed this year, I promise.
Sweet. I'm sure that'll be a good place for your recipes and some more knowledge about this journey for people.
Yes,
so
I'll start posting out there. I'm also going to be posting my van life as well as I build my van. So if you want to see that, please connect with me. Stay connected. I would love to share.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I actually lived in an RV for a few months 2 years ago, and that was really cool.
Really?
So I'm familiar with that type of life. It's fun. It's really something else. So enjoy that journey, and make the most of it.
Thank you. I will. So excited.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for the life.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, let's give her a follow and reach out if you guys have any questions regarding the juicing or raw veganism. And if you guys have any questions about how you can clear yourself out metaphysically, through the chakras, intuitive life guidance, anything regarding holistic healing and energy healing, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll gladly answer any questions, and I also provide services. And you can find those pinned at the top of my page. So that is it for episode 6 of the process of clearing layers. And at the end of this episode, on the full episode that will be dropping on YouTube under Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, I will be adding some recipes that Cassandra is going to have for us. And you guys will be able to have some recipes to try out and experience, to let you guys get that taste bud experience and really feel, the electricity of what these meals can be like. And perhaps you may want to try to become raw vegan or do juicing.
It's also on Instagram and my Facebook. I continuously try to post recipes on there as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And this full episode will be on the YouTube channel at 8 p.m. Eastern this Tuesday, premiering. And you guys can catch it under Sacred Light Healing and Wellness once again. So everybody have a blessed day, blessed Sunday, wholeness and balanced love. Cassandra, have a wonderful day.
You as well. Bye now.
Affirmation, destination, transmutation, revelation, devastation, simulation, termination, activation, elimination. I radiate with a high vibration.